Welcome back to the tower for the week of September 14th through September 20th. If you know what's happening, skip to the time on screen. If not, stick around. Thanks, me. The tower. What is it? Well, it's a gauntlet of mobs you fight through to get the best gear in the game. 263 gilded gear. Keep in mind, while you unlock the tower at the very beginning of the game, you can only get 263 stuff after going through all of Apocalypse difficulty and reaching around the max power level available in standard missions. While you can play the tower early and it will give you better gear than you have now, it's best to save the long grinding until you unlock the best stuff. Once you do enter the tower, you'll notice all your gear is gone. That's because only gear obtained in the tower can be used here, including enchantment points. After each floor you beat, you get 1 enchantment point and an item select screen, where you can choose new gear or an extra enchantment point. The key is striking a balance between getting new gear, because each floor gives higher level stuff, while acquiring enough enchantment points to be decked out. The tower's layout changes every single week, but it will always have 21 to 30 floors, with usually 3 being boss floors and 3 being merchants. Those 3 merchants can appear in any order right before a boss floor, and the bosses can be anything on screen. Anyways, those are the broad strokes of the tower, but let's get an in-depth look and guide of this week's tower. Take it away, in-person me. Thanks, me. Alright, tower time. I actually really like this one. It's not too bad. It is 30 floors, so it does take quite a while. But it is pretty fun. And there's actually a lot of good options. So I'll mention every good option. Things that I took the first time around. A lot of that I will not be taking this time, just because I tried to optimize. But regardless, we started out with a weakening sword, which is really good. Our armor is kind of trash, but we actually will kind of carry it for a while. There's a lot of good melee options, actually pretty terrible artifact options. We're going to get weakening here, because this honestly is the hardest level in the tower. This is going to be a bunch of zombies, most of them will be armored. So yeah, be very careful here. This was the only one I noted for being difficult. So on this first floor we have the Great Hammer. This Great Hammer is actually really good, leeching and echo. However, it will get outclassed after floor 3 and floor 4, which have incredible weapons that we will get to. There will be the Heartsteel and Nameless Blades with good enchantments. This also has good enchantments with leeching and echo. We are going to pass on it. This is actually kind of a goated mystery armor. I will not take it though, because those will be randomized each time. This is another zombie level. However, this one is not nearly as bad. And actually, I am gonna get level 2 weakening. But yeah, this one is zombie, but it's also a bunch of spiders as well. The spiders are more annoying, but it's actually an easier level. So this one has a power bow with burst bowstring, which is pretty good from a power perspective. However, it doesn't have anything else. If you like roll builds, then you can take this. I'm going to skip it because I do not like roll builds. This is an end level, but it's really just a bunch of endermites and a few blastlings. Nothing here is too difficult. So this is a very good floor. You have a soul knife with leeching and anema conduit. You don't need leeching and anema conduit. You could take them both, or you could take committed and anema conduit. There will be an anema conduit bow later, and that will be taken. However, this also has a Heartstealer with Echo and Rampaging, or Busy Bee and Rampaging, whatever it would be. I'm going to take it because I like the Heartstealer, personally, and I'm going to get Busy Bee, because who doesn't want bees? I just maxed it out by accident. Whoops. Anyways, yeah, this is another end level. This one is not too difficult. Just some endermites. Ooh, we already got a bee. Ooh, we already got 2 bees. Yeah, this is not a hard level, especially since you just got a new weapon, and it's a really strong one. So on this floor we have the Nameless Blade. This is the second weapon that is super good. If you prefer the Nameless Blade, you can take it. It has leeching and rampaging. We're not going to take it. You could take Blast Fungus, and you know what? I think we will, just to have an artifact, because there are actually not that many good artifacts in this level. This is a really cool level. I've actually never seen this one. It's kind of puzzle-based. We will be grabbing a key. And I always like these puzzle-esque ones, so no complaints here. We had to drink a potion, but we were pretty okay. We're going to take the soul bow because it's a anema conduit, and that is always great. Just free healing. especially since we will only have leeching 1 on our Heart Stealer since it's built in. Having the extra healing for Anima Conduit is great. This is actually a pretty difficult one. You just don't get swarmed, and you should be okay. But it is pretty easy to get swarmed. Just there's a lot of mobs, and they do a lot of damage. But with our new bow, we can kind of take it ranged, or I guess we could try to take it ranged. There we go. But yeah, take it slow and you should be fine here. Nothing on this floor is too exciting. This piglin armor is pretty decent, but honestly, it's not that much better. If you are struggling, then take it, but we're just going to take the enchantment point. This is the wind level. You're just going to get blown back a bunch. We're going to get another level of Anima Conduits. Yeah, just watch out for the wind mages. This is a pretty good whip with has leeching, sharpness. It's okay, but honestly we're kind of set, so we're just going to keep on going. This is a wind level. Surprisingly, this one's not too bad. However, do watch out for the wind mages, and there are quite a few pillagers, so it can be an issue. Or I do want to rate the bosses. I just can't rate them yet because I have not played the Tempest Golem in normal. I am going to crash out. So we did die on that previous floor because I was not paying attention. But honestly, it's a hard one, but it's just par for the course for that wind style. Those are always not super easy. We're going to take this Harvester because we do have quite a few souls from the Soul Bow. We're not going to take the Torment Quiver because I don't like the Torment Quiver. I like the Harvester. But you can take either one which you like. This is going to be the Merchant floor. This is going to be a Unique Smith, and we're actually going to get Unique on our armor. Because, number 1, that way we power it up. Number 2, Renegade armor is incredibly strong. It doesn't matter that we're putting it on a slow weapon because we are already trying to speed it up with Rampaging, and there's nothing on here like Void Strike that would not like that. We're going to get... What should we get? Let's get another round of Anima Conduit. We are about to fight the Corrupted Cauldron. They will spawn right over here. And with the Corrupted Cauldron, the best way to defeat it is just to defeat it quickly. Because it does a lot of damage. So, the faster we can defeat it, the better. Great. That was not that bad. This Scale Mail we could take because I did die. But we just uniqued our armor, and it's still pretty good, and that was honestly a fluke. The first time I tried this tower, I got it flawlessly, which I'm getting more frustrated about the more I think about. But nothing here is too great. If you like golems, you can take golems, and if you like Burst Bowstring, this is Burst Bowstring. But we have Anima Conduit on our bow, so I don't know why you'd want to switch that out. This is a jungle level. Jungle levels can sometimes just mess you up, but this one is not a difficult one. Especially since you now have much better armor. Nothing here is that good. This power bow actually is really strong with overcharge, piercing, multi-shot. But I like Anima Conduit, and our Heartstealer is pretty strong. So we're just going to keep going with what we have. This is another jungle level, but this one is honestly not that bad. It just gets very hectic, but with our bees it should be a bit more manageable. So this has a broken saw blade with critical hit, but honestly, like that's really all this has. It's not that great of a saw blade, and we've already passed the Unique Smith. Nothing else here is that good. We're just going to take the enchantment point and roll. This is an icy level. I mean, if you struggle with the icy ones, I kind of do, then this might be an issue. But there aren't that many creepers in this one, so it shouldn't be that bad. I just realized we have like 1,000 enchantment points, so let's use them. Okay, well, we used them really quick. Yeah, this one's not that bad. This is a Claymore. It has Void Strike and Sharpness or Weakening. This is a really good one, but I still like the Heartstealer. It's really low level at this point, but honestly, we're still doing okay. Scatter Mines are strong. I just don't use them very well. Piglin Armor, this one has Deflect and Protection, which is pretty okay for the tower. These sickles are pretty strong. The whole idea and theme for this tower is that there's a lot of really good stuff, and it's not a particularly hard tower because of it. But I tend to have a frugal mentality, so I'm going to pass on those. We will pick up maybe a new armor soon, but for the most part, we're going to try to stay cheap. This is another snow level. This one has quite a few creepers actually. This one can get difficult, but we have a harvester, we have blast fungus. In an emergency, we can hit those buttons and we will be okay. The freezing is not helping though. This one's pretty difficult. So we can take this champion's armor. It has deflect or snowball and acrobatics. It's actually pretty nice. I actually took this to the end game last time. I'm looking at my list. There's actually no other armors kind of coming up. We're going to take it because it gives us a health boost and the potion boost. And deflect is a really strong enchantment. And this upcoming level really likes it. So it really uses it well. So we're going to take it. You don't have to. I'm just going to say there aren't many good armors in this whole tower. I'd say it's really just like that scale mail from earlier with life boost. I just walked into the wall. But yeah, this one also has creepers, so panic buttons, use them well. Honestly, not much here is that much of good use. This has burst bowstring, deflect, but it's like it's a twisted vine bow. That's not that good. Nothing else is here that good. We're going to take the enchantment point and move. Can we enchant anything else? Yes, we can. We get more deflect. Great. This is another level. A lot of ranged things. This is why it's good to have deflect. Very high boost to your defense. If you have deflect, this is not that bad of a level at all, especially with that TNT. This has a whip. This is Void Strike. Dynamo is okay. If you have Acrobat, we do have Acrobat available, so you could make that, and you also don't need Acrobat. Guarding Strike is strong. This is multi-shot on a dual crossbow. That's pretty fun. But I mean, nothing is really much better than what we have right now. This Reinforced Mail is pretty strong with Potion Barrier. Forgot what it was called for a second. Potion Barrier and Chilling. But honestly, I like the Champion's Armor. I like potions. So we're just going to keep moving. This is another nether level. That's a tongue twister. Another nether level. This one has a lot more skeletons and blazes than last time. So this one I think is harder than the previous floor. And you can start to see that our Heartstealer is kind of losing its kick. But if you picked up a new melee, you will not be feeling this. And also it has pushback. You can just kind of brute force shove them off of the level. And we do have newer armor, so the level is not hard. It is just slow. This is a soul knife with weakening, poison cloud. That part's not great, but it does have anema conduit or guarding strike. You already have anema conduit. You can just go with guarding strike. We do have another soul crossbow, but that one's no anema conduit. Corrupted beacon. That's pretty fun, but I'm not a huge fan of the corrupted beacon. Honestly, we're just going to keep moving forward. And we do have the merchant next. Now, we are about to fight the Tempest Golem. And that part annoys the heck out of me. Yeah, we're going to change out the melee immediately after the boss. So we're not going to bother gilding our unique. Oh my gosh, let me catch my breath. Sorry, I had to go do something. I cut it out, but wait, hold up. I ran upstairs. I am not athletic. Okay, we're going to gild our champion's armor, because we're not going to grab another armor for the rest of the game. And we are going to take multiple new melees, one being immediately after the boss. So we're going to gild this. Do we want to enchant with Soul Focus? Not really. Soul Focus, we were not that invested in souls. Gild it. Gain speed after dodge. Ooh, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, we also get a nice power buff. Yeah. Now we will... That means on the first one where I put the enchantment on the sword, that means we did more damage with the sword, and as you can see, this is going to take a second, and hopefully won't kill. We do have a reduced potion cooldown though, so I'm not too worried. This is the Tempest Golem that we are fighting with pretty low level melees. So this will take a while. The thing about the Tempest Golem that's nice is he kind of stops you no matter what damage you have, whatever melee you have, once he gets down to like a fourth of his health. So, and he kind of stays dizzy for a while. He stays dizzy for a long time if you attack slowly, so it should not be that much of an issue. However, yes, if you really want to get through this quickly, or you're bad at specifically fighting the Tempest Golem, then I recommend you either guild the melee, because you don't have to take the melee coming up, you just can as an option. Or you just grab a different melee before the Heart Stealer. As you can see, he's staying dizzy for a long time. Because we're barely doing any damage, yeah. We're gonna cut this out of the shortened cut because this is gonna take a while. So we're gonna take this katana. Oh yeah, we beat the boss. Sorry, forgot to say that part. But yeah, we beat him. We were fine. It just takes a while. We're gonna take this katana with leeching, void strike, and critical hit. That's really strong. It's way stronger than our level 75. Like, look, 2,000 max damage from 1,000. That's practically doubling our damage. We have a lot of really good enchantments, and now we can get some higher level leeching. We have better healing. Void strike is really powerful. We got some critical hits, so we can get even more damage. This is just a very powerful katana, and it's a good melee swap. You don't have to have played the whole game just with the Heart Stealer up to this point. I just did because this katana takes a lot of enchantment points, so I try to conserve where we could. Yeah. This is just a big horde level with this katana. It's really not an issue, especially if you decided to guild your armor. You have a lot of health, a lot of ranged mobs. If you just have deflect, dang, I beat that too quickly. Yeah, a lot of ranged mobs. You have deflect. Not a super difficult one. Make sure you hit the button, and then the door will open up. This is a really fun level, honestly. It just shows how fun the katana is. And katana is a really good weapon. I think it's A tier or S tier. I forgot which. We're going to take this harvester. Plate armor is strong. Just not great enchantments. And our champion's armor is still pretty good. We're going to take this harvester. That way we just have 2 harvesters. And I like the harvester, so you don't have to take both. You could just not take it. You could replace your other one, or you could have 2 harvesters. I really like the harvester, so that's why I took it. But yeah, you don't have to. This is going to be a witch level. If you have the higher level harvester, you can just hit the button and they disappear. So that's why I took it. I don't like witches. Nothing here is that impressive, or at least more impressive than we already have. This hunting bow is pretty okay, but honestly, we're pretty set. This is a mine level. There's going to be a lot of creepers. Be warned. And watch out for the minecarts. Don't stand on the mine rail at any time, because a spider can web you down and then you're stuck in the way. So be very careful. I mean, this stuff is pretty strong. This is another scale mail with life boost. We could take it, but we don't have to. And I don't think we will. I forget we lost a life, yeah. I keep forgetting about that. We're going to upgrade our critical hit some more. This is another dungeon level. I mean, normally they're pretty difficult, and yeah, this one is kind of difficult, but I mean, we're kind of set. We have a very good build right now, so. You can take the Soul Scythe. The Soul Scythe, it kind of goes with our soul in quotation marks build with Enigma Resonator. You just pick up a lot more souls. You can use your harvesters more. We got another champion's armor, but it has worse enchantment, so we're not going to take it. Nothing else here is that good. I don't know why the Tome of Duplication is a real thing. This is like not that good. Anyways, we're going to move on. This is a few zombies, undead level. It's not that bad. We're kind of broken. We're kind of too strong for this game right now. So yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're going to take this lightning rod, because lightning rod is very powerful. We're going to replace it with the blast fungus. Blast fungus, actually no, we're replacing it with our lower level harvester. I don't know why we need both. Yeah, blast fungus is still useful just to push mobs back. Not huge damage, but just like area of effect. Another undead level. Yeah, this is not a hard tower after Tempest Golem. We're going to be taking this Gong of Weakening over our Blast Fungus. Yeah, our Blast Fungus made it 1 further. This is a good Nameless Blade. This is a good Soul Knife. This is a Soul Hunter Crossbow. Nothing particularly good about it, but yeah, it's a Soul Hunter Crossbow. We're going to take the Gong, though, just because Gong's strong. We're going to replace Blast Fungus because our other 2 ones are just better. What? Why didn't I? There we go. And yeah, this is not a particularly difficult level. Especially now that we have a Gong. Do we have anything else we need to enchant? Not really. We're doing great. So, yeah, just a few creepers, but you should be perfectly capable of dealing with them. This Cutlass is really powerful. We could take it. It's just that in a few floors right before the boss, there's an even better melee, and our katana is still very strong. So we're just gonna pass. This Tempest Knife is also really powerful. This endgame is just really good. So we're just gonna keep going, because even here, nothing's too difficult. Yeah, this is... Is this the exact format? No, it's not the exact format as before. Just a bunch of undead mobs. It's supposed to be an issue because you get swarmed, but we have Deflect, we have a Harvester. It's not hard. This hammer is good, but like that's not what we're looking at. The whip's good, that's not what we're looking at. These things are okay. Not really much better than we have now or things we saw before, so we're going to keep moving because after this floor, there'll be some really good stuff. Now this is a Void level, so that means our Void Strike on our katana is not as helpful as it was before. But it's still a strong katana, so we still should be fine. Ooh. I'm spamming potion. We're fine. Ooh, that could have been bad. Here we have the melee we're going to take into the final boss. This is the Hawk brand. It has Void Strike, that's really good. What just happened? Sorry. Swirling, which is really good. And Radiance, which will just help. Honestly, we don't really need it because this final boss, last time I fought him, did not get a chance to hit me. It's the Redstone Monstrosity, by the way. We're just going to take it. The Whispering Spear is also a good idea. I don't... The spear is a good weapon. I just don't think it's that great in Apocalypse Plus 25 from a damage perspective. It's probably fine here. But, I don't know, the Hawk brand is decent. It also has built-in crit, so that's quite nice. And we can Powersmith this to 127. Yeah, this is broken. You're about to watch the Redstone Monstrosity disappear. We also have 2 Soul Artifacts. Now, we could boost with Soul Focus, but I don't even think we need to. Of the bosses, this is easy. Redstone Monstrosity is really only difficult, like if you're unprepared. If you are prepared, then this is like easy. Like, he's dead. Easy game. Yeah, that's the tower. I just realized that was a 52-minute tower from my half. Maybe I'm just slow. Ooh, we got cool stuff. That's... okay. That's... that's both equally... I mean, I guess the Bonehead Hammer is a event one. I already have so many Bonehead Hammers, though. I've salvaged a few of these. That's how many I have. But yes, that was the tower for the week of September 14th through September 20th. There is an unedited cut of this in the description, unless you are watching this from the unedited cut. Wait, no, sorry. I spoke wrong. I'm doing it differently this time. Actually, will I do it differently this time? Yeah, I'll do it differently this time. The unedited cut will be linked here, but that one will go live on Tuesday, probably. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when I feel like it. But yes, that was the tower for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, cries of despair, leave them in the comments. I don't know how to do outros. Bye.